Hello, my beautiful train wrecks. This is Jill, and pardon my phone. Y'all know the drill. Um, I am happy to be able to record today because yesterday was horrible. Still a little bit scratchy from I got the little punies after flu shot thing. So yeah, we'll see how long my voice holds out. And we are going to work on every tree has a soul, and it is Diamond Art Club. All the information of what I am using will be in description below. So yeah, let's see how many diamonds I can get upon before my voice gives out. Okay, we're gonna work on blue. I'm kind of like not sticking in one side. I was starting to do that, and I'm like, So I've been trying behind the scenes to do where big clumps are, like um, down here, those big clumps. So I try to do those off camera because, boring. Who wants to see me, multi-place one color over and over? So we're going to start on the blue, and we're going to keep going. So let's see how far I get. Um, let's see. What do we want to start with? Let's start with K. I'm still not used to where everything kind of sits in this. So yeah. I've been trying to use the diamonds that are overflow first. Let's try this big pin first. Hopefully everyone is doing okay. I'm not, I'm not too bad. I could be so much worse. But my body is weird. 90% of you know that already. And okay, that's gonna cover over S. We don't want that. We want that to go away. It didn't go away. It's still on my finger. Fun. Get off my finger. Okay. So, topic of today. What is new, current, as of 9/25/25? Prepping for a bridal shower with the mamas. And I'm in charge of dessert and drinks. So obviously oh, wait a minute. I didn't pick up the plastic. Yeah, Joe. Fabulous. We're starting out with chaos already. Let me lift this up. This will help greatly. My hot chocolate is up there, so let me move hot chocolate down here so we can hold our plastic up. Yes, hot chocolate. I've been enjoying hot chocolate recently because the Tum Tum has not been happy. But anyway, I don't think that would know. No, it wasn't. Not baby shower. That's next. Bridal shower. Um, it's going to be a really sweet theme, but we're not really saying because we don't want to ruin it because, I think, we all agree that the bride's really gonna love it. So I am making drinks and desserts. I'm going to make an amazing Kool-Aid. It's really good. And like coffee, tea, and then I'm making cakes and cookies, which I was giving permission to come over a day before so I can cook them all in her kitchen and I don't have to travel an hour with with stuff. And so yeah, I'm gonna get there a day before. So make sure stuff gets done. You help her clean her house. Because, she's got little gumdrop. She's cooking a gumdrop. So I'm sure she's far enough along in her pregnancy now that she's like, nah, I don't feel like cleaning. So we're going to clean. Because she works full time and she drives a far away. She drives an hour one way to work. Yeah, she's tired. She's making a baby. So we're going to go do that. And then the next day, help decorate, help put out food, blah, 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 And then the boys get kicked out, so we get the party without them. But they're going to have a little guys party. They're going to take Brian out to eat and chill while we are partying. But I'm going to make Tom's pumpkin spice cake. And then, and I'm going to layer it and put in between a maple frosting. It's going to be delightful. And then her other cake is a chocolate strawberry cake. It's going to be just like a chocolate cake. And you cut the layers and you put in between them strawberries that have been slightly mashed. And then topped, another layer, and then topped with chocolate covered strawberries. Because who doesn't like a chocolate covered strawberry? Unless you're allergic to them. But you can make it anything. You can make it raspberries. You just can't chocolate coat the fruit. But you can make it anyway. Uh-oh. 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 Hang on a minute. Mama. Let me cow you. Mama. I'm going to put the cow on. Okay, let's see where we was. I think we were here. It was Philip. So, okay. So we get a reprieve because Ma is going to keep Priscilla for a few hours. So yeah, Philip is on his way to the grocery store. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we're gonna do that cake, but you can do it with any flavor you want. But she loves strawberry, so we're doing strawberry. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups. Hiccups. So doing that, and then the next day, like we're staying the 4th, Philip, depending on job, if he gets a job by then he'll be coming home with Tom, and I will be solo. I've got to take my dress in to get it altered, because as a short girl, and the dress is long, very long. So I'm still up in the air, but I think, if I can have your guys' opinions, you guys know I'm a fall risk. And I'm afraid that if we put it the length that it's right at my shoe, that I am going to trip and fall. I do not want to trip and fall. And I will tell you why in a minute. I do not want to trip and fall. So, with that said, I got to go get it altered. I don't know if I want it just like an inch over my shoe, not touching my shoe, but an inch over my shoe, or if I want it T length, which is just like calf. You show your calves. I don't know what I want to do. It's going to be an outdoor wedding, so there's trip hazards. And then I gotta be comfortable in my dress for a hot minute, because guess who is emceeing the reception? Oh yes, yours truly. And I'm going to try to make it as fun as possible and bring a tiny bit of chaos. Oh yes. But that's another reason why I don't really want my dress too long, because I'm gonna have to be in that dress, because obviously I don't want to be in sweats yet. I'm still like, when people are getting their food, I'll go run and hide and get into my stitch outfit. I got a stitch outfit. It's pants and a sweatshirt, and I've already got Stitch shoes. She loves Stitch. So I'm gonna sit with them and kind of give them the rough draft on how it works. It's really not hard, and there's things online that can help you, which I probably will, so I don't forget. It would be horrible if I forgot like a bridesmaid's name or something when they're coming in. So I probably will have a cheat sheet of important things. Hey. Okay, they're fine. Like a cheat. Sorry, I shook it. A cheat sheet of the important things. Like the order, and then kind of just like improv it. Have the note. Have an order of which it needs to go. Like, gotta have food at a certain time, and you need to do toasts at a certain time, which makes total sense. I just don't want to go, oh, by the way, let's eat, and 5 things that should have been done before that doesn't get done. It's me. So I'm gonna sit down with them and see if there's anything special they would like. I kind of want them to play a couple of games, just to make it fun. So, you know what I mean? Just throw some flair into it. And there is the how well do you know your spouse partner, where they take off their shoes, and then you ask questions on who is, who, let's see, what would be one of them? Who asked who on the date first, and then whoever did it or whoever they think did it, you put that person's shoe in the ear, just to see how much they know each other. Kind of like the newlywed game, but not like the newlywed game. It's a little different. Do that. And then I seen one time where they got, sorry, the cat's upset. Where they got clothes baskets, and they put like things that are kind of trickier to, or that would be a challenge, like towels, and then put something easy like a wash rag, and then like a sheet, a fitted sheet, stuff like that. There's a little bit, throw in a couple easy things, but then throw some hard things in there too. And then whoever folds it the neatest, you know, they're the better of the neat laundry. I seen that, and that was really cool. So kind of would like to play those, but I gotta see if they're willing, you know. And I might kind of make it a little bit of a surprise and say, hey, this is the premise. Are y'all up for it? Because I think this would be amazing. So, yeah, I want to make it fun. They've known each other since they were 12. So, yeah, it's been a long romance. So, yeah. So, gonna do that. So, is there any games that you know of or you have seen at a wedding or that you think would be fun? Because I'm all for fun. I love this girl so much. I'm her second mama. That's why the pretty dress, because I want to be pretty. And the boys got their outfits. And no, I did not make them wear a suit. But I teased Tom up until the very end, until outfits really had to start being put together. And then I said, okay, do you want to know a secret? I'm just teasing you. The groomsmen are just wearing khaki pants and just dress shirts and suspenders. So Tom and Philip, oh, and they're wearing khaki pants. Tom and Philip got some khaki pants, brown shoes, a brown belt. Tom is wearing a hunter green like me, and Philip is wearing like it's not quite olive green. It's a more bluer color, but I don't know how to describe it. It's a pretty color. She's having a fall wedding, so like fall colors, golds and greens and yeah, so they are going to kind of match, but they're gonna be standing out a little different because I don't want them, if they're not groomsmen, which they're not, I don't want them to look like a groomsman. You know what I mean? I want them to have a little bit of a distinction because it's uncle and brother cousin. Because I'm like second mama aunt. And Philip is like big brother, but cousin. So yeah, that's like his little sister. So yeah, he's got to dress up. So yeah, and that was my blood sugar. And let me tell you a story about that blood sugar. It's been crazy. But that is in a few minutes. Get back to the way. I'm so excited. I haven't seen what Sarah is wearing yet. The mom of the groom. So hopefully I get to see on the 5th. I just love her. And of course, y'all know I love Dusty. That's the actual mama. So yes, it's going to be so much fun. So yeah, excited. Ooh, amazing pops. Does anybody else love to hear pops? Now, the minute I say I'm going to stop talking so we can hear pops, they'll stop. But let's see. I won't say it out loud, and we'll see if I can get pops. Okay. But yeah, I got everything. Everything is ready to go. So yeah, now it's just to see her married. It's about time. And I must say that if anybody wants to get pregnant, just have me put an order in for you because, yeah, it works. Last November, I knew they were getting married in October of this year. I'm like, where's the baby? And Jill's got a empty lap. Where's the baby? She's like, can I get married before I have a baby? You sure can, but I want a baby. My lap is empty. And then she ended up getting pregnant. And she's like, like, I'm sorry, I should have waited 2 more months. But yes. But they've got their stuff together. I'm so proud of them. And she's going to have a little gumdrop in her tummy while she gets married. I'm excited. Technically, she is my second cousin. But I just became her aunt. And then as time goes by, I became her second mama when her mama was sick. So yeah. I'm the one that makes sure she got to where she needed to go and got stuff she needed. Yeah. Because that's what Aunt Jill does. But I guess they're going to get dressed at home. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to be there because I want to get dressed. I don't want to bring all of my stuff and all of them with all the cats and then the cat hair and then having to drive an hour and yeah, no. So I'm like, can I just come to your house? So, and Tom's like, that's kind of out of the way. I'm like, but dude, you don't understand. She's going to need help. And there's pictures that needs to be done. And, there's traditions. So sorry, dude. You get to hang out with Brian while we're getting, all dressed up. Because I don't want to wear my pretty dress and ride in it, and get it all crumpled up. It's beautiful. And I will make sure. Blood chokers. Let's see what I am. I ignored it before. I am probably not that bad. I'm 79. So, yeah, I'm 79. It's still okay. I'm drinking my coffee. See, coffee. And I have nowhere else to put it but then the table that the camera's on, so I have to be very careful. So, yes, I became Aunt Jill to a lot of people. And I've already, with the help of my husband, and discussing, what do I want to be? Because I don't want to be Aunt Jill again, because that'll get really confusing. So I was sitting there thinking, and I said to him, I'm going to be Auntie Oma, because I am Oma to Tom's granddaughter. And she knows me as Oma. And I know I've talked about that before because I didn't want to step on any of the grandparents' shoes, so I just chose something that was a little different. So yeah. And then I'm like, well, she's like my kid. So I'm Auntie Grandma? So I guess I'm going to be Auntie Oma. So I'm going to be Auntie Oma for all of the younger one, the next generation. Next generation, I'm going to be Auntie Oma. So that way, like when Philip has grandbaby and he says Oma, he or she says Oma, the others will be like, well, why does he get to call you something different? So yeah, just uniformity. Oma, Auntie Oma, whatever. And may I say, the colors in this are amazing. You probably cannot tell on, but when I turn the light off, you'll see when I'm done. You'll be like, whoa, I know that I am just taken back by this. So hopefully Wyatt will like it. Because the colors are amazing. And he just celebrated his big old 25. So yes, 25 years old. Doesn't seem like it. Don't really know what to think about it, to be honest with you. It's just kind of like, whoa. And then the baby, Miss Rebecca, Wyatt's sister, she is in 10th grade. Does not seem that that's possible. It just doesn't seem possible. All right. Let's do some A's. And I'm sorry that I just wasn't open to doing a video yesterday. And then when Tom got home, he wasn't as bad with his side effects as I was, but ooh, we both like just stayed in bed, watched YouTube on the big TV, see how our boys are going. Because we're so like watching sumo and stuff, and then you start seeing people that you start rooting for from other stables, and now it's like all 64 are like our kids now. We root for them, you know, and we cheer, and you would think we were there. I mean, it's silly, but it's also adorable because they try so hard and they work so hard that you want to be all excited when they do good, and then it's kind of like, oh, when they don't. But hey, it's all good. I thought about another game. They both love fishing, and there was a time where they were catfishing, and Frankie got the bigger fish than Brian. And oh my goodness, we still tell him about it. So, you know, there's like childhood fishing poles for kids. And if I could figure out a way to magnetize the little cheap, like Mickey shape, or they always have that, it's like a weight. If I could find a way to magnetize that and then put some, like get a laundry basket and put a fish that has a magnet on it so they could try to fish and pick it up, and whoever gets the fish on their, hooks the fish first, you know what I mean? I think that would be funny too, because they both love fishing. So I don't know, I gotta discuss that and see if that would be something like as a surprise to make them to see if she can beat him at wedding reception fishing. Fishing at the reception. I think that would be funny. And then have people root for one side or the other, you know, and just kind of make it a big, where everybody cheers and laughs and stuff. I think that would be amazing. I didn't have any of that because they didn't do that when I first got married. They didn't do that kind of stuff. But now they do. So, yeah, I gotta see. I have a feeling they'll trust me. But, yeah. Because you gotta have more than just dinner and dancing, you know, and the traditional cutting the cake, the speeches, the dances, you know, you have that. That's all like traditional stuff. But, yeah. I want to throw in some interesting things. Trying to see if I'm still recording. I should be. I see the red dot. Let's see how long it's been. So I've been yapping a lot. Okay, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. I'm going to try to have this go for a few more minutes because my throat is getting really... Let's see. Arrows. There we go. All right. Let me give you a little bit of a health checkup because I went to the doctor. Everybody knows that I've been having some leg pain, and it's been going on constantly for months and months and months and months. So they're going to do a Doppler on my leg to make sure it's not a circulatory issue. If it's not a circulatory issue, they're going to call it neuropathy from toes to hips. So yes. But I've lived with it this long, and Tom does help me when it's really bad. And he'll rub my legs. He bought a massage gun, one of those that like sports medicine uses, where you can change the head of it to be whatever body part you need it to be. So, yeah. Trying to get these gathered in my tray so maybe I can multi-place these over here. And hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. I have the fan going because I'd be hot. Menopause is no joke. But back to my health. So they're going to do a Doppler and they're going to do that. And then, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Your girl hasn't been okay. Mentally. Emotionally. Y'all know I suffer from PTSD. And, things have been really real lately. And I got to increase in some medicine because the fibromyalgia medicine also helps with anxiety. So, yeah, gonna be doing that. And the doctor said that there is a medicine now that helps with nightmares. So I'm all for that because, you know, your girl's been having nightmares and I don't like it. Been having nightmares for a very long time. Years and years and years and years. Like as far back as like 16. So yeah. Let's see. What do I want to do? S's or T's? S's or T's? S's or T's? First thing I find, and we'll choose it. S or T, S or T, S or T. S or, I found S. That's what we're doing. Doing S. So, and I am going to go to see podiatry because diabetic. And I've been noticing some calluses. And Tom's been working on them, but he has seen like a little black spot and he's concerned. So I was like, you know what? I need to have diabetic checks anyway. So we'll just schedule to where we can go to the podiatrist. So I will get feet checks periodically. And that's okay. I don't mind that. At least I know my feet are going to be good. Gotta have your feet. And I've got to make it a habit to put shoes on. Like I've got flip-flops on now. Got little slides. And I usually don't wear them because I have a foot that my toe loves to explore. So I usually have to have a shoe that's got like a toe leash. Toe leash. So I got these because they were adorable. And they were a must-have. Must have them. And they were on clearance. Let me see if I can get them off. So I can show you. Who cannot pass up pink Hello Kitty? So I got these. And they were only like 11 bucks at a Walmart that was on clearance. So I'm like, okay. And that's where I got my Stitch tennis shoes. So yeah. So let's see, is there anything else medically? Blood sugars are excellent. My A1C 5.9. So excellent. My average blood sugar for the blood test 126. That ain't half bad. So yeah. Considering just what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was in ketosis. A1C was 12. Now it's 5.9. I am really kicking butt, taking names. But I gained some weight, which I'm not going to freak out yet. I might freak out if the wedding dress doesn't fit. But it should be okay. So. But. Yeah. So your girl's got to get back in the game with losing weight. It's been creeping up. It went from 187 to 201. So, but I've been kind of not wanting, with the injury, not getting up, not doing, not moving, because I know it hurt. I'll be honest, I was a slacker lacker. And I didn't want, with it being hands and your knee and ankles, I don't want it, I wanted to heal up really good before the wedding, I don't want to be sitting there with a cane or a walker. I don't want to do that. So yes, I've been slacker lacking. The only thing that bothers me now is just my middle fingers. But hey, does this mean that I can exercise them? Just start exercising them and tell Tom, oh, it's physical therapy. I just have to flip you off. So yeah. Let's see what else that's coming up. Talked about the bridal shower, talked about the wedding. And as soon as the wedding is over and we come back from our vacation, yes, Tom and I are going on a vacation. We're going to go camping. And we invited Miss Ron and Dawn. Miss Ron? Nope. Ron and Miss Dawn. You say it right. Sorry, Ron, if you're watching this. Love you, girlfriend. But, so they're going to come up for a weekend to spend with us. And then we're going to stay the 26th through the, I think we're going to come home on the 2nd. So yeah, it's going to be him and me, and no cell phones, because there's no signal back there. There's no cell phones. Pretty much anybody that needs to get a hold of me has got to call the ranger station, and they got to go find us. So it's pretty much emergency only, which is going to be good. It's going to be away from everybody. It's just him and me. And yeah, a lot of talking and wishing and dreaming, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. We officially do I think I've told you guys before, we officially do anniversary in October, because that's when our big wedding was going to be. We had our small wedding on my grandpa's birthday. I wanted something very, a good memory of him, so we got married then, but COVID made it impossible for more than like 15 people. So yeah, we had to plan something when COVID calmed down, and that was October. That's when we had our hand fasting ceremony, and then we went on a honeymoon, our official honeymoon. And that's when we found out that I just gotta keep an eye on this, y'all know. Luckily the babies aren't squalling on it. $89, that's not bad. I have it set on 90 because I'm the type of diabetic that I have to have a moment's notice. If it's at 90, that gives me enough time to get up and get me something if I'm alone. If, or to warn people, hey, this is going off. I might need something. Because if I wait till it's lower than like 60, by the time I walk to the kitchen, the babies are squealing. I have a baby sound, and it'll start wham, and then I'll have to go lay down or I'll fall down. So that's why I'm very careful about once it hits 90, I gotta start thinking about what I want. But it's 89, and I've got my coffee, which has got creamer and sugar in it, so it should be good enough. Should be. Let's get some of these bigger ones on the board. I had this pushed aside for a little while, but I'm like, if I'm going to get back, I want to do something challenging because I want to build up, hand strength, because I want to start working on the Heaven and Earth design. But I just want to make sure I'm good before I start that, because it would be a pain in the butt if I started it and then was like, no, I can't, and then I would get frustrated at it. So I'd rather get frustrated at something that is halfway done. It's my brain. I don't know why I think such things, but I do. It's all right. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. I love that the little short, the little cat. Everything is okay. Everything's fine. So, yeah, after I come back, then we start planning the baby shower. And then I'm just going to see if everybody wants to stay on what they're doing now, because I really want to do the cake. So, and hopefully by then we will know the gender. And I told Frankie that I would be willing to make a gender cake. Or if she didn't want a gender cake, we can always do gender cupcakes. There's things you can do. So it's kind of like a wait and see. What is known, because they're not even sure if they want to know. So yeah, it's all up in the air. She's still pretty early. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on. I've been listening to an audiobook, and I think it's called In the Shadow of the Ripper. Let me call it out. Give it a shout out, because it's pretty good. It's a long book, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty darn good. I like this writer. It is... I'll have to cover that because, of course, it's a boudoir picture. But it's called The Ripper's Shadow. And it's about a woman that, in Victorian age, that does... everybody that she takes boudoir pictures of ends up getting killed by Jack the Ripper. And it talks about that. And I am a couple minutes shy of 4 hours, and I still have 8 hours and 30 minutes. It's a long book, but and then I watch Tony and Ryan podcast, and it's I Don't Need Therapy. I haven't started it yet, but it's from Tony Lodge. And her humor is amazing. So I've got that as well to listen to while I'm diamond painting. Come on. Gotta unstick. Gotta try to unstick the diamond dot, or the glue dot, not diamond dot. You can tell I'm kind of tired. But it's okay. I want to do this. I want to see how much I can get done before I gotta stop this and upload it. So yeah. And I didn't set a timer to tell me when to stop. Yeah. But luckily I've got a watch now, so I don't have to try to squint. It's 1:06. Okay, I got a few more minutes. But I gotta have it up by 2. But I don't edit or anything. You guys get the train wreck. I think if I think I had editor edit it, you'd be like, what happened? Where's the chaos? You want the chaos? So yeah. I'm gonna move this over to here. So what are you guys having for dinner? Having anything fun? We are going to have a penne bake. Basically, it's just like spaghetti, but using penne pasta. And you put it in the pan. You make it just like you would spaghetti, but with penne. Put it in a casserole dish, and you layer it with the mixture and cheese, and make it like a lasagna. And we just call it penne bake. It's delightful. So we're going to have that. I'm having like a food aversion thing. Like something will sound good, but then when I start eating it, it's like bleh. Bleh. So yes. So like last night we had Chinese and it was a little too salty and I really just couldn't eat it. So I ate a bowl of cereal instead. All right, let me do teas. Hi, Toma. Where are the teas? Where are the teas? I think these are the same. No, this one isn't. No, that's wrong. This. Is this the same color as the cheese? Or is it this? It's that. Yeah, it's that. It's the case. Okay. We're good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Teas. I'll do some teas. So let me think. Is there anything else? Philip went to the doctor and he's doing pretty good. He had a blood workup and his blood work was so much better than mine. Because, oh yeah, that takes me back. Hold on to the buffers, the train buffers. Here we go, folks. I told you my blood sugar was great. A1C, wonderful. My cholesterol went from 150 to over 300, like 356 or something like that. I don't have the numbers in front of me. My triglycerides, 580. It makes no sense to me. I don't know if it's high because the medicine that I take dumps my sugar into my, I basically dump it. It goes into a urinary. So, yeah, that's a little, but they haven't called me. So they must not be that concerned because my blood sugars are good. And sometimes I think they're too good because you hear, but they're not really that concerned. They can monitor through my Dexcom at the doctor's office so they can watch it. I give them permission. So yeah, guess they'll tell me if it's something really bad. So that's what I'm thinking. Tom is working downtown. He has been working downtown for a little bit. Everybody, cross your fingers, cross your nose, cross your eyes, cross your toes. Philip applied for another job there. And he had his interview, and they said to him that he was a good candidate. So now it's just a wait. Will he get hired? It's the same department that Tom is in, but Tom is a floater. If he gets it, he'll be working downtown, which is very close to home. And yeah, he would be set. He already knows a little bit about it because he works festivals. So yeah, everybody, cross your nose, cross your toes, cross your eyes, everything that he gets this. And I'm just putting things at random. Seems like a random kind of day for me. So we're just gonna go for it. There's some places that the drills are a little tight, so sometimes they don't want to go in and you have to give them a little nudge saying, get in there. You can do it. Oh, I wish you can see how shiny and bright these colors are. Wow. I will show at the end. I'll widen it out so you can see. But colors, amazing. And let's see what else. This weekend, I get to spend some time with family. They're technically my same as like Frankie and Chris, so they call me Aunt Jill. It's just easier. So yeah, we're gonna spend a Saturday night with them. So it's gonna be nice to see. I just seen them recently when Katie had her wedding. So yeah, I get to see them again. It's gonna be fun. I love hanging out with them, and their kids are amazing, amazing children. I'm very proud of them. Okay. Almost done. Just gonna get these last ones in. Then I'm just going to diamond paint for a little bit. I don't want to completely lose my voice in case I want to film later. Even though I might have Tom film something. I kind of want to do a video of showing things that are half done that I've got in my stash and then make a spinner for it. I think it would be fun to show you guys what I haven't done yet. What Tom hasn't done yet. Whoops. Okay. There's those teals. I think I'm going to call it there. But I want to show you guys. Let me put that over there. I don't want to spill diamonds. So I'm putting them in the cap. I know you guys can't see them, sorry. But the way our camera is set up, it's hard for, it's like you either can look at me or you can look at the diamond painting, and I think you guys would see the diamond painting. Okay, let me, it's gonna get a little loud, it's gonna be chaotic. Here we go. Here we go. Now, come on, come on. Recuperate with me. Well, I got it. I'll turn it off anyway, so I'll just unplug it for a moment and get it to where you guys can see what I've done. Get up there. Get up there. Come on. Come on. Okay. I can do this. It can be done. It can be done. It just takes some finagling. Let me get my glasses on, and then I'll widen it so you guys can see. Yes, that's what we've got so far. These two trees are done. This tree is almost done. The tops of this tree is done. None of this is done. Down here, right here, is done. So I've just kind of like, oh, okay, I want to go here. I want to go here. You know, kind of make it to where it's enjoyable. And then, of course, down here, that is all done. So basically, from here over is complete. It's just down here. Down here. So I'm almost halfway. I am halfway, if you figure. Yeah, I'm halfway. If you figure like this stuff up here. Halfway. All right. I am going to say goodbye and upload this hopefully at 2 o'clock. No trouble. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. So, love you guys. Hugs and kisses. Bye.